right, ladies and gentlemen, it is good to be with you in the land of living. This is the Outcast podcast.
Word.
We're locked and loaded and ready for another exciting episode. We've got lots to talk about today. There's been a jailbreak, inmates on the loose. We have the very latest. Also, Diddy and Kid Cudi is on the stand. We'll tell you what Kid Cudi said. What else do we
Punisher.
have? Joe Biden. Could he be in some serious health problems? He's having some serious health problems.
Sure. About the most serious.
We'll talk about
100%.
that.
Stage 9.
Stage 9, yeah.
And we also have the NBA, NHL playoffs, the conference finals heating
I
up.
love it.
Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. There's a big fight between RG3 and Ryan Clark. We'll talk about that. And we've got an armed standoff, and the ones with the guns, they're 7 and 9 years old. We got footage.
That's crazy.
And Tomkat, as always, bringing great bits to the show. If we have time, we'll get to it. The top U.S. cities with the highest STD rates.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that's a good one.
I mean, that is a hell of a broadcast.
Does Florida make it?
Of course it does.
I'd like to introduce you to the cast. Let's start with the freaking Puerto Rican.
Hello, how you doing?
What's going on, Raymond?
Glad to see everybody
Wrong,
today.
Brown,
Nailed it.
wrong.
You got the rum brown, but that's okay, because we all represent.
Oh,
Close enough.
Muy bueno.
me and Ramo DJ'd over the weekend
did.
together,
It was fun.
and we really impressed the place. It didn't take much.
It didn't. We had a microphone. And
Yeah,
that
so
was
tell
good.
us about this whole
That was good.
microphone story. Tell us about this.
He
What
said,
happened?
let there be Mike. And it was good. It was good.
Let there be sound.
I guess this venue we were DJing at. Is this some footage from? There's
It is.
footage from the
Nice.
gig. That's the bride and the groom right there.
Okay, all right. The party's
Getting
going.
into it. A little let's get married.
Okay.
At some point, I'm walking in because I just went outside and smoked.
There's Ramo in the flower shirt.
Yeah, thank you.
The dance
That's
floor.
beautiful. I had the blue dress.
What had happened was we got there at this venue and they had some DJs, I guess. They just now remodeled and they now are doing weddings again. And they had some DJs before I came in that I guess did not have microphones. They were college kids and they didn't really know what they were doing. And that was good for me and Ramo because when we showed up, like we were heroes before we did anything. As soon as I walked in, the photographer came up to me and he was just like, nice to meet you. My name's so-and-so. I was like, yeah, I'm Gentry. This is Ramo. They're like, wow, you're a lot better than the last DJ. I was like, how is that possible? I haven't even done anything. I'm just showed up. He was like, trust me, I can already tell you're going to be better than the last guys. And then at one point, the lady that runs the place, the coordinator, gets up and stands up and she just starts yelling,
In the middle of the dance floor.
telling
What?
everyone, all right, let me have your attention. Attention, everybody. And I just all of a sudden was like, man, this lady's trying to get everybody to be quiet.
Yeah, I was like, hey, the
What was she having an episode or something?
the couple don't look
the
Puerto
guy
Rican to me.
before didn't have a microphone, they said. So
Yeah.
she
Oh.
didn't know that she could tell them, hey, tell the people to sit down, or hey, tell the people it's time to eat, or hey, tell the people the bride and groom are coming in.
And the way you know he's an absolute noob is you never want to have to do this, but if you have to, you can use your headphones as
Yes,
a
you
microphone.
That's
can.
true, backwards. But
Yes, you can.
they said he was a high school kid, or he was a college kid. They said he was a college kid.
That's
So we will
worse.
give him that defense.
He should be smarter
should
than
be better.
and
No,
Gentry.
all right, all
Neither
right.
of us went to college.
Nope, he don't get no.
It
Nope,
shows,
he don't get
it
off the
shows.
hook. Nope, he is not off the hook. Don't get
Fuck
get in the
you,
deep
Tomkat.
end of the pool if you cannot swim. That's just how it
Let's
is. Don't get in the deep end if you. It's some sharks out here.
I think he was just thrown into the situation,
Well,
probably.
he should have swam.
Well, you
his
guys
ass
are
back to
lucky that I was
shore.
downstairs ruining the ceremony for you.
That was hilarious.
Sorry.
What did you do to ruin it?
Well, I didn't ruin
Be
it.
there.
Oh gosh. No.
It's funny because we ended up doing the same wedding. I was downstairs and I did the ceremony portion of this wedding, and they did the reception portion.
Terrible.
But I told them it's on the beach. It was on the beach. It's windy on the beach. And I told them you could use the lavalier, but it'll be windy. And if it's windy, you need to not use it. Turn it off. But the fish, they weren't having it, and they wanted me to keep turning it back on. And you know what was going on this.
Yeah.
And she was like,
I would have
and
been laughing.
I kept trying to turn it off, and then it was even more like then she like completely stopped and was like, DJ, turn on the mic. I was like, okay. So it was a little bit crazy, but they loved it. It actually went really good, surprisingly. But me as a DJ, it made me insane because the sound of the wind on the mic was louder than anything she was doing, and so it was kind of a Wasn't the best. Wasn't the most ideal. Next time, maybe I'll try the handheld. Maybe less wind with the handheld. What do you think, Gentry?
Do you have a
less
pad
wind with
on
the
it?
handheld?
I've always found that the lavalier microphone, no matter unless you're buying like the $1,000 ones,
Not happening.
when you're on a beach, which you were, there's just too much wind.
Too much wind.
Yeah.
Even if you have one of those little wind socks on there, it's just not enough. Unless you're gonna spend a couple grand on the lavalier mic. So I'm always a fan of the handheld. And if the officiant doesn't want to hold the mic, then get
Then too damn bad.
Then get a stand.
They
Get a
should
mic
just
stand.
they should just have the lady that was screaming be the officiant because apparently she's good to go. She just
Yeah, you ain't bullshitting. She was Hispanic too.
So this lady starts yelling to announce to everyone, that the bride and groom are about to come in, and I see her struggling. Not a lot of people listening to her because there's a lot of people. It's loud, and so I just get on the mic and I'm like, "Excuse me, if I can have your attention, please. We're about to introduce the bride and groom," and then all of a sudden the lady looks over at me and she's like, "Unbelievable."
yeah, that
I can't
motherfucker's like-
believe
We
it.
were like, what do we do?
She was like, "You have a microphone." I was like,
Holy shit.
I was like, "Yes, I actually showed up with a mic. I got 2 turntables and a
the
microphone."
Yeah, my wife pointed that out when I told her the story. We got home. She was like, "Do they not realize that it is 2 turntables and a microphone?"
Like,
it's in the actual
like, come
description
on. Like
for
I
the fucking job, man.
Like I said, don't get your ass in the deep end of the
a
pool.
lot of DJs don't like to talk on the mic. That's true,
But
right?
you still gotta. If you're doing
you're doing a
anything
wedding,
like that, you
you
have
have
to
to.
have one.
A lot-
You got to have it.
A lot of
Or
DJs
don't
are
take the
scared to
gig.
talk on the mic, and I was scared to talk on the mic for a while. I remember when I first saw Gentry DJing and how effortlessly he would jump on the mic. And I was in that stage where I just loved to DJ, but I damn sure didn't want to talk on the mic at all.
Yeah.
Unless I had to say closing
agree.
time at the end. I'd be like, last call. Last call is about it.
Yeah.
I seen Gentry, he got on the mic. He was like, hey, welcome to the party, folks. Hey, we got 2-for-1 beers at the bar, and the bartender's name is Shannon. She'll be here all night. I was like, God
Yeah,
dang.
sometimes you talk too much. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. The song's playing. No.
I appreciate you blowing me up, Tomkat.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
very nice of you.
So,
No, he
but
does a great
I
job.
love it now.
He does.
But I love it now. I like getting on the mic, and I like talking
That's what we
smack on
hear.
the mic. It's fun being on the mic.
Yeah,
getting
you
on
got
the
to
mic.
show your personality. You got to be multifaceted.
Well, and
This helps.
here's something too for all the beginners out there that are watching that don't know how to go about doing this. If you're like Tomkat and you're afraid to talk on the mic,
That was back in the day.
That's why I say, and you're a beginner and you're afraid to talk on the mic. Ask the bride and groom if they have a family member that a lot of people have family members that
like to talk.
are either in radio or like to talk, tell jokes.
Just make
have a
sure they
great
don't have too many
personality.
pops in them because
That's
Yeah, they'll start
Boy.
talking shit.
you get old
They gonna
Uncle
start saying
Randy
all
out
kinds
there,
Yeah.
and all of a
And
sudden
they
it's
will. And make sure and be careful too because you
You're supposed
want
to do that early.
and you might want to put this in your contract with your gigs like that because you say if you do that and somebody get that moment they just break your microphone, you like, God damn it, you got to pay me for that.
You gotta have insurance.
Well, me and
Well,
Ray,
yeah, of course you have insurance, but
Come see
I'm
me.
charging too.
me and Ray had fun at the gig. It
We
ended
did.
up turning out to be a good one, and it sounds like we really impressed them by bringing a mic. So just make sure you DJs show up with a microphone.
And we broke down before they were even.
So y'all gonna have
Have
that
done
gig.
with
Y'all got
anything.
that gig forever now.
Yeah, they love us.
Yeah, you got that
I'd like
gig
to
forever now.
switch gears and go to Memphis right now and talk to him because
What's
we
up,
got
man?
some issues in the loo. I see that you're wearing the black St. Louis hat today.
Yeah.
And I know you said you were wearing that to represent home where you're from, the loo.
Mm-hmm.
There's been some catastrophic things happen in the loo. Is that
Yeah,
is that
man.
right? What happened?
Yeah, we got hit by a big ass fucking tornado.
Wow, look at that hail
And,
on the screen. That's amazing.
That is.
It was crazy. It was like a EF3.
Wow.
I think it was a 4, honestly, because the damage that it did, like it's just crazy.
These are just regular pictures of St. Louis. It's not.
Fucked up.
Man,
Man,
come
Ramo.
on.
I'm kidding.
This ain't nothing to joke about, man.
Yeah,
These
I'm
laughing?
not.
Who's
people
laughing?
lost their house.
Tom,
Listen,
Fuck,
who's
dog.
laughing? Hey, we've been through a million hurricanes. We've lost our houses.
We get it.
Like what the fuck?
Sometimes you got to just break
Man,
the
show
ice,
my
you know.
city some respect.
Yeah, simmer down,
100%,
Ramo.
dude. 100%. You know that.
Nah, but see, the thing was like tornadoes would come. Like we're not strangers to tornadoes, but
Right.
they just never came in the city. They was
Wow.
always outside the city, like in the county. But nothing
Trailer
came
parks?
in yeah. But they was way out in
Out
the
in the
sticks,
city,
like
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
But not in metropolitan
Right.
St. Louis City.
Wow.
So it went through like part of the west side where I'm from, but like my neighborhood, they took a little damage, but not like the other parts did. And then like 70% of the north side. like it's just gone, like gone.
Damn.
I'd say. You
Like,
know what I
it's
always
gone.
say to people in the
That's sad.
Midwest, because we're down here in Florida where we do get a lot of hurricanes.
Perkins.
But I hear people from where I'm from up in the Midwest will say, I don't know how you deal with those hurricanes. I would not live down there in those hurricanes. And then I say to myself, well, what about tornadoes? When there's a hurricane, we know it's coming like 7 days before it shows up. At least I can plan, I can prepare my house, I can get out of town if it's going to look bad. These tornadoes,
These tornadoes,
just
man.
all of a
like,
sudden, it's like, hey, it's coming down the
and
street.
Here's
Yeah, but
the
we can-
ill
can
part
we-
about it. Like they didn't have a close enough warning either, because this tornado happened in the middle of the day.
Right.
It was like an early afternoon. It was like
Was
1
it?
o'clock
Oh, okay.
or some shit like that.
I thought it was in the morning.
But can
Nah,
we?
it was like
can
1
we?
o'clock.
Can we say that though? Because like they're showing, we had mad tornadoes in the last hurricane, and they were coming out of
we
nowhere.
did. We did.
Although the alerts on your phone, that was very unnerving. Usually you don't see that many tornadoes,
Well, you do in the beginning.
but there
When
were
it-
a lot
when it's first coming
this,
in,
this
yeah.
past one, and that was like, yes, we knew the hurricane was coming, but then once the tornadoes started flying all over the place,
Right.
and they saw the biggest wedge tornado they've ever seen here in Florida. Remember that tornado?
Yeah.
They showed it trucking across. That thing
Yeah.
was huge, man.
That's what hit St. Louis.
Jeez.
I'll say-
That's unfortunate.
I'll say this:
Yes.
this is the difference too between a hurricane and a tornado, where I could see where a hurricane could be worse because it's massive. You know, it can be miles and miles and miles long. To whereas a tornado is like an isolated thing. It comes in and will wreck up a few blocks and then touch down again somewhere else. But wouldn't you agree? Like a hurricane will come and decimate an entire coast.
When you see what happened to Fort Myers Beach,
Oh yeah.
that was an entire city. The whole city.
The whole island was underwater.
It is unimaginable the destruction that happened in 12 hours. I
Yeah.
mean, 80% of structures just wiped out, gone. It's it's hard to imagine.
There's
It's
a
difficult.
video.
It's huge.
There's a video on YouTube if you want to see it. Like
I
the
saw
water's
it.
rising and going
I
down.
saw that
Yeah,
video.
The
I was
entire
like-
thing, it's
I was
crazy.
like,
So
God
yeah, the
damn.
storm surge and the don't play too much of this because my Facebook got jacked for this video too.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So
Don't
take
play
it
too
down.
much of that
why
video.
why can't you play that video?
Because it's copywritten. That guy, he's part of the reason my Facebook got taken down. That's one of the ones that gave me a ding, that video.
Are you sure?
I am definitely sure because
I don't know if
They
I
hate
believe
you,
it.
I
Tomkat.
used that video in my song about the Lonnie Kai. I used that video. And then
That's
the other
funny.
one was obviously the breakdancer, fucking ray gun.
Yeah, that bit.
Now that you said it, now they're definitely coming after us. But here's a different video.
yes.
Screw that guy. Look at this video.
This
we
is
got.
it. This is it marching in, and right then my mom was running across the street to get in another 3-story house. My mom's like right down the road from there.
Well, we really don't want to make it about us.
Look at
this,
that.
This is about St. Louis. I know Tomkat likes to make everything.
Well,
about
we are
him.
watching a video of Fort Myers. I'm just saying, that's
Yeah,
what's on the
no.
screen.
No,
I'm
but
just
totally, man. We feel bad for your people, man. We should,
Yeah, shout out to St.
St.
Louis.
Louis.
Shout out to St. Louis.
100%.
I still hope that the Cubs beat the Cardinals, though.
Well, of course, me
Fuck-
too.
fuck the
Absolutely.
Cardinals.
Hey,
At the
man,
end of the day.
I'm a Cub fan. I mean,
Why you gotta get violent?
I'm from St. Louis.
Which
I'm
still confuses the hell out of me. Like, who's
No,
from
it's not.
Chicago?
There's a lot of people.
I mean,
from
who's
Chicago
from St.
that are-
Louis? There's a lot of people from Chicago that like the Cardinals.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know.
And it's
I've
vice
seen 'em.
versa. You know how many Cub fans are in St. Louis? It's a lot of us, but I mean, obviously it's Cartoon Nation, right? But Cub fans, we represent well in St. Louis, dude. And from St. Louis. That's the crazy part.
All
It
right.
happens. Like you could be a Dallas Cowboy fan and live in New Jersey.
Well, you got to
Yeah.
understand too. The Cubs were the main team that played. Them and the Braves. They played on those super stations.
Yeah,
The Braves were on
WG
TBS and
And
they were on WGN.
Yep.
So their games were broadcasted nationally.
Puerto Rico.
So there's a lot of areas that are fans of those teams, but they don't live in Chicago. Okay, man.
All right, let's move on to
Salsa.
We're gonna get to our. We haven't even gotten to our first topic of the show really
Oh,
today.
shit,
Sanchez.
man.
Before we do, I haven't introduced Tomkat yet.
Oh yeah.
Oh
what's
damn.
going on?
Fuck him.
Tomkat.
I've been here
what's
the
up,
whole
man?
time. I've
Even
been
though
here.
you've been running
Sorry,
your mouth
man.
a lot, we have not officially introduced you.
I thought I was liking
He's
something
in the
about
house,
this show.
y'all.
Tomkat, we talked to Ramo about the gig we did. We talked to Memphis about St. Louis. What I'd like to talk to you about is this new song you have. Something about
Yeah. Well, don't put it out there.
something about a dance or something like that.
Luke,
Is
Can
it
we-
the chew and spit shuffle dance or what is it
Are we
called?
talking about it, Ramo, yet?
I mean,
Why
we all
not,
think
man?
we
Might as well
should.
jump off the goddamn
All right,
porch.
go ahead.
It's called the Florida Shuffle. We just came up with this. This song is awesome, and we got
It
a
is.
dance that
It's dope as
me
shit.
and Ramo made up for it with for all the hot little country chicks to do. You wouldn't believe it, but Ramo's quite a two-stepper.
Well, and a four-stepper.
We have
right.
some live footage from
And a
when
hot stepper.
Here it is.
Tomkat shows
There's
up at
Ramo.
the country party.
Pauly Shore, baby.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Here's live
I've
footage
met him.
of Tomkat and Pauly Shore
Now that is the
coming
Florida
in.
step shuffle right there.
Here we go.
No,
All
but
right.
seriously, we are going to put this song out, and we're going to make a video, and we're going to put it on TikTok, and we're going to blow this shit. We're going to blow
What's
this
the
shit
name
out.
of
Yeah,
the song?
here we go.
What's
The
name
Florida
of
Shuffle.
That's the name of the
Florida
That's what we're gonna call
Shuffle.
it.
Sure.
All right, let's
Yeah.
go,
song?
man.
All right, well,
Let's
exciting
get it.
stuff, man.
Hashtag
dope.
The song
that
is
shit,
good.
man.
It's good.
Can we make sure the guys in the back hashtag and copyright this?
That's awesome.
Copyright that,
All right,
please.
let's go to our first story here. Let's get to it. What is this going on in New Orleans? There's been a jailbreak.
Yeah.
For those of you in New Orleans, be on the lookout because 10 inmates, I guess, escaped through a toilet wall.
Guess they're outmates now.
Yeah, they're
Well, no,
outhouse.
only 5 of them.
It says here that there's 10 inmates that escaped, but 5 of them have been recaptured.
Yeah.
I feel like there was more than 10.
No,
that
it
was
was only
10.
10. It was
That
only
was
10,
10.
though.
All right.
You know how crazy it is? I was reading up on how some of them got caught. Like, one of the first little dude was went on IG Live with his homeboy back in the neighborhood talking about, I'm fresh out. I'm like, you fucking idiot. Don't you know who looking for you?
No,
And
that's
your
for
little
real.
dumbass go right back to the hood, dog.
They're going to show this funny part. Memphis saw this too, where they left a little note on the wall.
Oh,
when They
yeah.
got out, like too easy, kind of
Man,
taunting the
they
cops.
was talking all kind of
which
shit,
is
talking about
hilarious.
like suck my D and all that.
Also-
Well,
Hey,
here's the
Robin.
thing. They've actually arrested some of the officers in the building
Yeah,
because
one
they
of-
believe
No.
there was inside.
No,
well,
yeah,
not
there
all
it is.
officers. One of them was a repair
Sterling
guy or
Williams,
something.
he was a 33-year-old
Yeah, he got-
maintenance
he-
worker.
Right,
Yeah.
him.
They got him. He's
He
arrested.
shut off the water.
Yeah, he shut the water off. They said they were going to shank him. That's what he says.
I would've fucking
likely
quit.
story.
I'm like, hey man, these motherfuckers ain't finna shame me.
True.
I'm out. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
why wouldn't you just quit? If they said they were going to shank you, I'll just help these guys and shut off the
Nah,
water
fuck
every
that.
single night.
Now your
I
ass
maybe
in there
only
with
did it
him.
once. I don't know.
Now your dumb ass gonna be right in there with him, idiot.
So there's still 5 of them at large.
Well,
I
now you
guess.
got some boys.
There's,
Yeah.
there's 5 of them that are out there still on the loose.
And
You
you
can
can get
bet
some
on it,
cash.
too.
It's $10,000 on from one of the agencies, and another like $5,000 from the other.
All right, so let's get some blonde wigs and go to New Orleans.
For what?
Well, if I were these
Bounty
guys,
hunters.
they're long out of New Orleans by now, right?
Blonde wigs.
I think
No
They
they
better
caught
be.
all of them in New Orleans
Of course
so
they
far.
are.
Yeah, they better be.
They're still there.
Please, one of y'all, please be smart and make it across state
no,
lines.
they're not. They're still
Make it
hanging
across
out.
state
Are
lines.
we rooting
please.
for the criminals? These are murderers, Memphis.
I know they are, and I want them to get caught, but I just want to see how far one can get.
They're not going to leave.
Look, the people that they like their victims, or the people that they had their victims, are terrified. They're like in
hell yeah.
they're in hiding right now.
They
They're
should be.
scared shitless. They're-
Shit.
The
I would
judges
like
who
this-
bad.
put them in jail.
not-
No, fuck
They're
that.
parole
I'm like,
officers.
oh,
They need to catch them so that
no,
they
I'm
don't do
going.
anything to the people
no,
that
I'm,
not
I'm
put them in
opposite
jail.
way. Y'all. He broke out. Oh, good. We going looking for him. No, we ain't. No, we going. Don't worry about it. We'll find him. That's how we do it.
Fuck that.
We'll
Some of them
find him.
that might happen in some cases.
We're gonna find him.
They better.
Yeah, but
The
get
police?
their ass to justice though, for real.
For real.
The police?
All right, well, speaking of criminals, he's not officially a criminal yet, but some people think that he will be guilty. Somebody even said something about the death penalty, but you can't believe everything people
I
say.
doubt it.
No way.
Death by
He-
dildo, maybe.
P. Diddy.
Just like he did to her, huh?
Let's get
Oh,
the latest
golly.
on the Diddy case. It's going on in New York City in Manhattan.
New York City.
Diddy faces those sex trafficking and racketeering charges.
Oh, yeah.
But the big news here in the last 48 hours to 24 hours, and even today, I've got the latest. Did you hear about the exotic dancer? His name is...
The Destroyer.
No, close. It's the Punisher.
Oh, yeah, the Punisher. I got it right here.
There's a guy, it says he's the exotic dancer, the Punisher. His real name is Sheree Hayes. Look at him on the screen. Look at that. Look
That's
at that
the
guy.
Punisher.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Is
he
you
got
guys
to smile
jealous?
like I'm the Punisher. Yeah, he do.
What's that on his belly?
I don't know.
He's got like
he
a-
might got like a jackhammer or some shit.
It's like a hair patch. That'll be gross.
It says here, listen to this. Sheree Hayes is his real name. The Punisher was hired by Cassie under the alias Janet. And his job was to perform erotic scenes with her for Combs. And during these encounters, Combs would watch, but he would wear a veil where the Punisher couldn't see who's behind the veil.
Yeah. It says he was given $800 to perform sensual scenes, and that he was stated to avoid eye contact with Diddy and not to communicate with him.
$800.
Only
you know?
$800.
Bang Cassie, I'd do it. I mean, if I wasn't married, of course. But
How much would it take for you to bang someone's old lady while he wears a veil and performs sex acts?
Ramo.
Tomkat.
No,
Yeah, Tomkat.
no.
What? How
Yeah.
much? What's the number? Is there a number for you, or
Don't lie either.
you're not married.
Am I single at the time?
course.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Let's
Single
play
at
it
the
that
time,
way.
obviously.
You're not gonna. Yeah. You're not gonna cheat on your girl.
How much?
Is it P. Diddy? 'Cause I would
You
like
don't
it to
know.
be P. Diddy.
You don't
No,
know
I'm
that
just
it's
kidding.
Diddy.
I want it to be if you did.
Take that.
Why? You want him to bring an egg out?
No.
You can break the
I
egg out.
passed that test.
Hey, Tomcat. You want an ostrich egg?
I don't know. Fucking $100,000. No, I get $100,000's not enough. I'd say $1 million maybe.
$1 million. If somebody offered you $1 million, then
I'm just trying to think of a high number.
What
I
about?
would like to say I wouldn't do it because it's kind of gross.
How
It's pretty
about
gross.
How about for the guy who has had sex with 48 women out of the 50 states?
Yep.
Disgusting.
How much?
Okay.
And what would your nickname be? You wouldn't be the Punisher. You would be the Destroyer.
No, I'll be
What
the
would you
conqueror.
The Conqueror.
Yeah, the conqueror, yeah.
All right. How much would
I'ma
it
conquer
cost
that ass.
for the
Yep.
Conqueror
You
to
went
come
there,
over
didn't
and
Yep.
bang my old lady while I wear a veil?
Chuck chair. Look, there's Ramo's chair right there.
Because you gotta have it. Because I'm thinking,
Ramo's favorite seat.
I'm thinking if I do this shit, because this is some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like this is some ballsy shit to be like, okay, I'll do it, but and it's like, all right, but you paying me to do it.
Of course, you got to get paid. You're an
Yeah, I mean-
escort. That's you get paid for this.
I won't know who it is, but I mean,
And
knowing
it's
the
1
setting-
hour. 1 hour
1 hour.
performance. This is a 1 hour performance.
Oh, I
Good
ain't-
luck.
Oh, I'm not gonna be greedy. give me about $250,000.
I stopped being gay.
$250,000.
You guys are much more than the Punisher.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
$800.
You're
He
banging
just wanted to
Cassie,
bang.
dude.
$800. He don't have no kind of.
Roll me
he
a
ain't got no
fucking blunt
taste.
and buy me a fucking cheeseburger, and I'm in, dude.
If
What
I
are you
was
talking
single, I can have a Cassie on a Tuesday.
Did you answer?
Like,
Did you
what
answer,
are you
Ramo?
talking about?
Yeah,
He's
just now.
He's weird.
I just wanted to say also, Kid Cudi testified today, and he was dating Cassie back in 2011. And Diddy was so jealous of him, he had his car firebombed.
Yeah, he did.
It's saying
He said his car blew
God
up
damn.
and shit. He threatened to do it.
I don't
and
know if
then-
pussy's that good.
That motherfucker did it. Like $800. Come on, dog. What is wrong with you? You up there cheesing and shit like you the shit. Bro,
Cassie's,
your rates is hella low, Jack. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Cassie's
Me
mother
too to
also
you.
testified that
Don't
Diddy
do it
demanded
right.
$20,000 from her in 2011 after receiving a message from Cassie indicating threats to her and Cudi.
Yeah, and his mom, I guess Cassie's mom paid Diddy $20,000 to not put out this sex tape
Oh shit!
because Diddy, I guess, said, "Hey, you're pissing me off. You're with this Kid Cudi guy. You keep it up. I'm gonna blow up his car, and I'm gonna put out a sex tape of you that I have that's gonna ruin you."
Damn.
Ruin her.
And
It worked for Kim Kardashian.
yeah, no, well, Diddy must have some dirty stuff, man, at these freak offs.
Yeah, even
Hey,
better.
but
Yeah,
you know
even
what?
better. That's right.
I would have
You're
been
right,
like, you know
Ramo.
what? Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Because here's what's going to happen. You're going to go to jail anyway because that's revenge porn.
It
So
is.
one, that's against the law. So
It
you
is
can't
now.
do that and you can't buy your way out of that. Secondly, I'm going to play the victim, which you are, right? And then I'm going to sue the shit out of you anyway and get more money. And you really fucked. I would have been like, go ahead, release that shit. Don't get that motherfucker down. I dare him.
And then apparently there's these free Diddy protesters out that somebody said they were paying $20.
Is he Diddy out there
$20.
paying people?
But we did some looking up on it, and only I could find one lady, and Gentry only found one
There's
lady
no
that.
credible.
that
Well, let's listen to some footage. We actually have a video.
Bean
This is
footage?
on 50 Cent's Instagram.
Oh,
This,
gosh.
this could be Fitty, just trolling possibly, but
He might.
I'll
roll that
imagine.
footage from the truck. Let's see it.
These are all paid protesters. You can get $20 an hour if you wear a t-shirt.
You gotta speak up. You gotta
She just got recruited, right? You said no. It wasn't worth the 20?
No, but like he told me that it's for a Diddy coin, so I'm not really
A
sure.
Diddy coin.
You get yourself a Diddy coin.
Yeah, they just tried to pay me $20 to wear a free fucking shirt.
Stop.
She just said they just gave me $20. They would have given me $20
They
to
tried,
wear
yeah.
a free Diddy shirt, but she wouldn't do it.
It seems a little cheap to.
Hell yeah, $20.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
man.
Punisher got 800. What the fuck?
Yeah, y'all want me out here embarrassing my family?
But I am
$20
saying the
damn
people that I see wearing the shirt look like they just need lunch. So they look,
Yeah, he
they
about
look
right.
downtrodden in a
I don't know.
moment.
Some of them look like they had too much lunch.
What do you think that's going to do? By the way, people standing outside the courtroom wearing shirts saying "Free Diddy." I don't think that helps his case.
Trying
At all.
to sway
Like,
up
this ain't a
public
rap
opinion.
video, and this ain't no damn thing. He can turn to a rap video if he got free. Like, hell no, he ain't slick.
Does he even rap anymore?
No, but he the
Let's
type.
hope not.
He the type of guy, and I mean rightfully so. If he beat all 34 charges, yeah, I'm gonna walk out that courtroom with my chest out too and talk.
Now
all
let's make this
shit.
fun.
Idiot.
Put him and Suge Knight in the same cell.
What's
Nah.
so fun about that?
Just
What's gonna
because.
happen?
Why?
Just because, I don't know. I think that would be funny
'Cause
because
you're-
they're both from that era of like
That'd be
they
a good
got
podcast.
They got Tupac and Biggie killed, and both of them are dickheads, and put them in the same cell and
said
just
they
see
got-
who comes out. Let it be like the Terror Dome, see who
What a
comes out on
fucking-
top.
What a fucking accusation, bro! Like live on the air, hot take.
Right, like
yeah, Puffy
exactly.
and
That's allegedly
this motherfucker. Yeah,
right. You ain't finna get us sued. What the hell wrong with you?
hot take like a motherfucker. He's-
Those views were
Yeah, had them
for
killed.
Tomkat
What?
and Tomkat only.
I don't
does
think
not
that's that much of a
represent
hot
everybody
take.
else
That's a
fucking-
hot
on
take.
the
who was
Outcast podcast.
Tupac with the night he died?
Suge Knight.
Okay,
right.
So
there you go.
And
Suge
Biggie
Knight
was-
didn't
They
like
were
shoot
there.
the car up.
The
He
two
took the
guys
he
that
might
were
have even
there-
got him
not
killed by
that-
taking the wrong
they were-
turn on the right street.
they
Oh,
were-
knock it off.
He's
Cut
a-
it out.
Now,
research.
now,
Mm-mm.
Tomkat,
Yeah,
who do
do
you
your research.
think is the top and who is the bottom if they are in a cell
Jeez.
together?
Oh yeah, Diddy's definitely taking it to him though. Take that.
No,
that.
I think
Suge's on the
Diddy's
bottom.
the bottom type.
Suge's on
the bottom. Diddy the bottom.
Suge is the top. Are you kidding me?
I know, I'm just kidding. I'm just saying that because it would be a really weird visual.
I stopped being gay.
You're visualizing that, bro.
I had to.
Oh,
I said it, so I
no.
All right,
visualized
that
it.
that's the latest on the Diddy case. We'll give you the latest here on the Outcast
Somebody
podcast. as
sage
always.
him or something.
Let's
What's
move
going
on.
Get
Let's
that
move
out.
on again to our next topic. This next topic is very sad. I thought the entire time that he was our president, it was sad because I felt like they were like pushing him up there. He was an old timer. He should have been enjoying golf. He should have been enjoying the golden years of his life.
I wrote the bill
But-
the environment.
But I think that the powers to be, they needed Joe to win the presidency. And unfortunately, I think the stress may have gotten to old Joe Biden because now he's battling a very aggressive prostate cancer. I don't know if you saw the news, but former President Joe Biden at 82 has been diagnosed with a form of prostate cancer that has metastasized. Is that how you say
Good
Yeah.
job,
What does that
Gentry. Means it's down to the bone.
that? I mean, yeah.
Oh,
And it says
are you
that,
serious?
Yeah.
yes, the diagnosis followed urinary symptoms, leading to the discovery of a high-grade nodule.
Oh,
Can I
And-
comment on this quickly?
Yes.
While
go
I would
ahead.
like to say my deepest well wishes to Joe Biden, and I hope he does heal up from that. It's obviously a terrible
they're gonna have to
diagnosis.
remove it, yeah.
I just want to say I think that they probably may have known about this prior to this past weekend, him finding it.
While he was doing his presidency and
Sure.
stuff like that.
Yeah, I just want to say, I think they may have known about this.
Yeah, because you
he
would
may
think,
have been having issues, sure.
but a lot of people will hide that stuff.
Sure.
You know, they don't want people to know
Sure.
that they have
Yeah.
cancer. So,
Look at Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
You know, nobody
Well,
knew he
My
was
my
sick.
dad the same way, man. He
Mhm.
didn't let us know until it was too late.
Yeah, I feel terrible for the man and the disease. Cancer is shit, and but the presidency, they should have definitely. I feel like they may have known, and they should have let people know if they did know. Because had he not bombed out in the debate and he won the presidency this time, right now we'd be talking about President Kamala Harris because he'd have to bow out. And it's like, I don't know how they may have known.
Maybe that's why he backed out of the election when he did, and they just didn't want to make that public, so they kind of brushed it under the table and ran with whatever they had.
That's possible.
You know, I mean,
our thoughts and prayers and
Yeah,
love go out
Indeed,
to Biden.
indeed.
sure.
No matter where you sit with politics, I would think that when somebody gets
If you're a human
cancer,
being, yeah,
I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, definitely.
you give a shit.
You care.
yeah. So Joe Biden, get well soon. Let's move on to our next topic, which is a little bit more fun, like sports.
All right.
We've got the Eastern Conference
Debatable.
Finals, the Western Conference Finals. You
Yay,
got
yay.
the same thing, NHL, NBA. It is a great time to be a sports fan right now because you have the NBA and NHL Finals going on, the conference finals. You also have baseball that's just really getting into their summer groove. And then you also got we're just a couple months away from it being training camp in the National Football League. We just had the draft.
Ooh.
So it is an exciting time to be a sports fan. On the Western Conference, you have this Shea guy from Shea. How do you say his name?
Shea Gill Alexander.
Yes, he's got one of those names that barely fits on the back of the jersey. But he's been kicking ass. Did you see that game last night with OKC beating up on the Minnesota Timberwolves?
Yeah, he a badass, man.
Yeah,
that little
man.
dude nice. And he nice. And he Canadian too. I'm telling you, in the Olympics, Team Canada, they gonna be a problem. They are gonna be a problem.
The Canadians, eh? I like that Anthony Edwards, the Ant-Man. I was rooting for him last night. Some people say that he somehow is Michael Jordan's illegitimate child.
I've heard that.
And
He's from Georgia. He's from Atlanta.
Yep.
You never know.
You never know. Jordan probably slept with a lot of women. Maybe
What do you mean
that.
probably?
What year was Anthony Edwards born? Can we look that up? Because that would be the year, I guess, that Jordan would have knocked somebody up. There's the picture that we're showing it up. You see the two faces side by side?
Yeah, that's close.
Anthony Edwards.
Holy shit.
But I was rooting for him last night, but this kid from Canada kicked their ass. And then in the Eastern Conference Finals, how about the city of New York? Where are those Knicks fans? Roll the footage from the truck. 23 years old, by the way, Anthony Edwards. So 23 years ago would have been 2002. That's just the time Michael Jordan was playing for the Washington Wizards.
He was.
But
he was an old dude.
This right here is footage from New York City as the team bus is coming back to New York after clinching and getting into the Eastern Conference Finals. It's been a long time since Knicks fans have had anything to celebrate.
This is true.
So this is very good for the city of New York.
Sure.
And they still gonna get beat.
You think so?
Yeah, I think Indiana gonna get it.
You think Indiana's going to beat the Knicks?
Yeah, I think Indiana gonna beat them.
It's possible.
Indiana in 6.
This reminds me of the good old days of the 90s
Yeah.
of when you'd see Reggie Miller and Rick Smits against the
Patrick Ewing, Allen Houston,
Charles Oakley.
Spreewell.
Yes.
I
And,
know. Who was
Scott
their guard?
Starks.
John Starks.
John Starks.
Starks,
Yeah,
yeah,
John
John.
Starks.
Yeah, they had some great players in New York back
They
in
did.
those days, but
They had a good
unfortunately for every team in the Eastern Conference,
Yeah.
they could not beat Michael Jordan.
They could not.
Boom. Boom.
Yes.
They could not.
So I don't know if you guys are excited about the NHL playoffs, but
Hell
I know
yeah,
a lot
man.
of people like the old game on the frozen ice. You got the Florida Panthers, who are the defending champs. They're playing the Carolina Hurricanes.
They won last night too.
And then in the Western Conference, you got the Dallas Stars and the Edmonton Oilers. So it's down to 4 teams for both the respective conferences or the leagues. And another big story that came out of the world of sports is this Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark story, where the rivalry has now gone beyond the court, where there's been some arguing going on between Ryan Clark and RG3. I don't know if you guys have followed this drama.
I have.
Not
I guess
so
Caitlin
much.
Clark did a flagrant foul, which seemed to be mostly ball, if you ask me. You know, I play.
Yeah.
It
That's
looked like a
Tomkat foul.
typical Tomkat foul.
100%.
Absolutely.
That
She
was
came
a
down hard
hard-
on the ball. Pow.
That was
Then
a hard
knocked-
ass foul. You can't.
Here's the foul
She
right
hit
here.
the ball.
Boom.
That's
yeah,
the ball.
That's a,
He said that's the ball.
She hit the ball.
Now you guys know what I
Bing,
deal with.
and it
every
knocked her off
fucking
balance,
Wednesday.
and she was salty about it. But
Now, don't get me wrong. I like
Come
90s style
on.
NBA
Not
basketball.
that
I mean,
crazy.
but
may
today's
have flopped
game,
a little.
I mean, that's still a hard foul. Even back in the
is.
day, that's still a hard foul. You probably get punched too.
The reaction is a lot too, right?
I think
just
she
play
flopped
ball.
a little.
Yeah, just play ball.
Well, still a hard foul. You got to
And
call
not,
it.
yeah, no, that's definitely flagrant.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, the girl in the red gave her the
Number 7 gave
yeah,
her the-
number 7 wasn't having, or number 6.
She gave her the old forearm shiver.
She
Watch
sure
7.
did. Watch everything.
Boom.
Nope.
If anything, that was the
That's
harder
teammate.
hit.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like
That's
after the play. 7.
Yeah.
yeah, that's why you're supposed to fight. Somebody got to fight after that.
A good teammate looking out for other
Yeah,
teammates
that's what
there.
you're supposed to do.
To me, I think
I
this
got
is
your back.
great for the WNBA because nobody gave a
Yeah.
shit about
Right.
the WNBA.
Exactly.
Now, all of a sudden, we got ourselves a little rivalry between
Yes.
Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. And now, guess what? I hear the WNBA has got somewhat of a profit for the first time in the history of the league.
Good.
People
good.
like conflict, right? And conflict
Check drama.
It makes it in a movie. A movie isn't a movie until there's conflict introduced into the movie. It's just nothing. You know what I mean? Until there's conflict. Now it's a movie.
Well-
Same thing with the game. You know, it's what people want, the drama. And now, I mean, yeah, it's good. Those girls should embrace it. And you know,
Well, now the drama has spilled over into a couple of former NFL players that used to play together. I'm not 100% understanding it, but let's try to follow the story together. So Ryan Clark, they both of these guys, RG3 and Ryan Clark, both played for the Washington Redskins together. They're teammates. Ryan Clark now has a podcast called the Pivot Podcast, which
Very
is
good, by the way.
very popular podcast. It's got Fred Taylor on it, a few other guys. If we could can we start in the beginning where Ryan Clark had some things to say about RG3? Let me see if I can read this. RG3 saying he could recognize hate when he sees it. When referring to Angel Reese's feelings towards Caitlin Clark was irresponsible, but not at all surprising. Clark's the biggest star in women's basketball, and deservedly so. No need to beat up Reese to add shine to it. RG3 plays into the narrative that Reese is the villain and Clark's the hero. So I guess he said that, and then what? RG3 went back at him because he said that?
Hey, I don't know what's wrong with that. Like, what's wrong with that?
I think the people are really trying to make Angel Reese out to be a villain in the situation. They may be taking a side on which side they think is
I
right.
think a lot of people
But
are
at the
trying
end
to
of the
make her a
day, it
villain.
is just a basketball game, and the way people should be looking at it is a sport, your team, the one you're rooting
true.
for. Like, who knocked the ball down? Who got fouled? I mean, a foul is in the game. It's part of the game. It's not like hate is a lot. You know, I don't think there was hate there. I think
there
she
are a
was
lot
going
of-
after the ball.
There are a lot of people out here who have taken it that far. I mean,
Sure, there's
it
always
should be all about the
know.
game because shit like that happen all the time, But I think there are a lot of people who are new to this situation. They don't even know how this rivalry even started. This didn't even start in the WNBA. This started when they were in college, when Angel Reese was at LSU and Caitlin
ring
Clark
thing,
was
right?
in Iowa, and people got mad because Angel Reese did the ring thing, but not knowing, because this is how I can tell you people don't watch women's basketball. Caitlin Clark was doing that all
Nobody
year.
watches women's basketball.
Yeah, but that was like that was
Just
Caitlin
kidding.
Clark thing, and so Angel Reese, when you talk somebody, this is the national championship game at that, Angel Reese knocked her ass out to win a natty. So of course you gonna talk shit. That's what Caitlin Clark thing. It was that, and so Angel Reese did it back to her ass just to fuck with her. Like, of course, there ain't nothing wrong with that. See, they could tell people ain't never played no kind of organized sports, never
So
got
do you
in a
think
fight.
he was taking it too
soft-
far with his comment?
I think RG3 was, RG3 took it way too far because he was basically checking him like, look, bro, I'm gonna say what everybody been wanting to say to your ass. Like, you corny as hell, you be out here cooning and doing all kind of weird shit, and you made it more of a black and white thing than it should be. And then you have more heat for Angel Reese than Caitlin Clark when you should be having the same smoke for the both of them, because it take two to tango. And he take more of Caitlin Clark's side, so he got called out on it. And now he butthurt. He butthurt about it. So, oh well, too damn bad, Paul.
To me, this is the haymaker that Ryan Clark threw that really stirred this up. I don't know if we can pull the tweet up or not, but and we have RG3's response. But I guess Ryan Clark also said the one thing we know about RG3 is he's not having conversations at his house about what black women have to endure in this country, about what young black women and athletes like Angel Reese have to deal with, being on the opposite side of Caitlin Clark's rise and the ascension into stardom. So Ryan Clark says to RG3, when's the last time in your household you've had a conversation about what she's dealing with? Which was a kind of a shot at him because he even said it that RG3 has had two white women, and so that you don't really have a say in the matter, it seems like.
But he does have a
that's
black
crazy.
mom and maybe sisters, though, right? I'm sure he has black family members that are women. So,
Right.
But
he
he's
knows-
I mean,
understands.
yeah, he does. But what he's saying too is like, what are you talking about in your household? Who are you married to? Because he was basically calling him out for being married to a white woman, being married to white women, but speaking on black women. Like, dude, you cannot do that like that. You can't just because you're married to a white woman, you still don't belittle black women. And that's what RG3 has been doing. So people been calling his ass out for longest time. Ryan Clark ain't the only one who been saying that. A lot of people been saying that about RG3. So it ain't nothing new. He just been out here cooning. And I mean, and I have a white wife, and so I mean, I can speak on this shit, but I don't down black women because I got a black mama and sisters and nieces and all
Sure.
that shit.
I'm sure
know what I'm saying?
RG3 does too.
Yeah, but he bad talk black women. I don't.
Oh, he does? I haven't heard him do that.
Yeah, of
Let's
course
hear a
not.
clip from RG3.
Yeah.
I guess we have his response once Ryan Clark said this. This is just in the last 24 hours. Roll the bean footage.
To get on here and talk to you guys because there's been a lot of buzz, a lot of conversations about my sports take that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark, which was purely based in basketball. But I think all of you know there's a line in life that you just simply don't cross. Wives and children are always off limits. And Ryan Clark has sprinted past that line. Ryan Clark didn't like my sports take that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. And that's fine. It's okay. It's part of the game. Sports media, I'm going to have an opinion. This person might not agree with it. That person might not agree with it. But what you don't do is turn around and personally attack me and my family.
Oh, so RG3, I guess, has responded. We love drama, and now we've got drama on the court, and now we've got drama with a couple of former teammates and NFL players.
Ryan Clark responded after that, too.
Let's see Ryan Clark's response.
Yeah, Ryan Clark
Oh, we're going back and
responded
forth
to
This
here.
is a back and forth
Oh,
battle.
He responded
right
to
now.
that.
Who's
Ryan-
gonna die first?
Ryan Clark,
Ramo.
this is
Ramo,
this is a battle here. Ryan Clark comes back and says, "Bruh," and that's the way he spelled it. Bruh. You know what it is with me and you? I saved the entire season on Monday Night Football. I urge people to let you be you. No matter how corny, how bad a teammate you were, I had your back. What do? Invite someone on your show you know I don't fool with to ask questions about with me. And then hit me weeks later to tell me you're going to challenge one of my takes. You're a phony, bruh. One of the worst teammates I ever had, both on the field and in TV. You got to do what you got to do. I didn't attack your wife. I spoke on what you do on social media and TV. Like I said, I met your wife and she seemed like a lovely lady that was worth more than the color of her skin. You be good, bruh. So
I
there.
told you that's what it was. Hey, man, homie needs to be checked. Listen, you get out of line. Like, I can't speak for nobody else, comedian. I can only speak for mine. And this is how we handle things in-house. Unfortunately, it got out online. This shit happen all the time. It's like you got a relative and they acting all kind of sideways. So the relative's gonna get back at you. Listen, we got to call you out in public to get you back in line. And that's all it is.
It seems super confusing because it's like, are they talking about sports?
No,
Are they talking about
no,
the,
it got personal. Like
game?
It got personal because it got.
but in
past
the end, right? Is the guy he's saying that the one dude is not allowed to talk about what's going on with the sports game because he has a white wife? Is that what it was, or it was
that.
not?
I don't
that?
know where we at with
It's
it.
very confusing to me. It was very confusing.
You follow along. You'll be all right.
Okay,
All right, well,
so they can both talk about it.
I think they both can. Hopefully,
Okay.
hopefully they all get along. I'm hoping that we have this heated rivalry on the court, and may the best woman win.
Yeah, man, I think it's good for basketball.
There
Yeah.
you
Did
have
we even bet on the NBA?
Did we bet on it?
Yeah. Did we bet on who was going to win the championship?
I don't know that we ever picked.
Yeah, I don't think we
NBA
did that.
winners
Okay,
this
that
year.
one missed us. I missed us.
Yeah, we missed out on that one.
All
But yeah, we'll definitely have to get in on the football stuff when it cranks up, which is not too far off. And enjoy the game tonight. Knicks are going to be battling it out in the Eastern Conference. And the Knicks have who are they playing in the Eastern Conference? Remind me.
The Indiana
Pacers. Yes, and that game is tonight on TNT.
That's
So
gonna be good,
so
man.
don't
That's
miss
gonna
it.
be. That's a good, man. That's a good series right there.
That will
man.
be a good series. So it's now time to go to our not so good news man. He's been standing by with the headlines you may or may not want to know, but he's going to let you know. So he's here to give them to you, deliver them, and you take it away. Our newsman, Tomkat. Thank you.
All right, today is May 21st, so here's the news, or some stories that I found anyways. 1881, Clara Barton founded the American Red Cross. 1927, Charles Lindbergh landed in Paris for the first time, completing the first solo nonstop transatlantic flight. He took off in New York and landed in Paris. 1932, Amelia Earhart crossed the Atlantic solo. She was the first woman to do it. Total legend. 1998, final episode of Seinfeld airs in the UK, which you might ask, when did it air in the US? So I looked it up, and it was an episode called The Finale. Final episode was in the United States on May 14th, 1998. And 2017, the Ringling Brothers Circus shuts down after 146 years. The greatest show on earth takes its final bow. Also in 2022, the first image of the Sagittarius A the black hole at the center of our galaxy revealed basically a cosmic selfie.
Yeah.
Today is World Day for Cultural Diversity for Dialogue and Development that promotes respect for different cultures and encourages peaceful coexistence.
I like it.
International Tea Day. Sip some tea and celebrate its impact on culture, health, and the economy. Only if it's kratom tea.
Yeah.
Tell you what. All right, my
That's
first
your
story
tea
today.
bag day.
They only took a short trip on the Mexican Navy ship. The Mexican Navy training ship, the Calcotomac, carrying 277 personnel, including cadets and America Sanchez, 20, unfortunately,
That
and
person looks like
Aldar
they're
Jar
hanging.
Mondado Marcos, 23. They tragically died in this incident.
Yeah.
It's very sad. Saturday evening, this has gone viral. A lot of
that.
people have already seen this. These are multiple angles of it hitting the Brooklyn Bridge here.
Yeah,
Nobody on
apparently-
the bridge was hurt. They said the bridge was okay structurally. Shortly after departing the Pier 17 on a global training voyage to Iceland, the ship lost power and was caught by strong currents and winds. Its 157-foot mast exceeded the bridge's 134-foot clearance, leading to a collision that caused the mast to collapse.
And two people died, right? Two people.
They say it lost power, but I see a bunch of damn lights on.
Man, it looks like a Christmas tree.
Dude, was it like somebody really hanging, or was I tripping?
It was.
They were hanging from. That's what they do. Is they're all on the up there on the masts, and they're standing on those masts, and they're hooked to the mast with little harnesses.
yeah.
So after they got hit, they're all hanging and dangling from those harnesses. There were closer videos, but I chose that one because it was zoomed out a little bit.
Wow.
All right. Meanwhile, outside the Diddy trial, a female reporter was conducting a live broadcast outside a courthouse where Diddy Combs is on trial, and an unidentified man interrupted her, shouting offensive slurs.
This is how. Shut the fuck up, bitch. This is a
Oh, boo! What the fuck?
I said, shut the fuck up, bitch.
Sorry.
He ain't got a shirt on.
I called you a bitch. I called you a bitch.
Somebody needs to punch
Do
that
they
guy in
not
the
have
face.
security?
What the fuck, dude? What's wrong with you?
What's
partner?
up with this guy? He's losing his mind.
All aggressive little female. You need your ass whooped, Jack.
It's Kid Cudi. He came to testify. No, I'm just kidding.
Blow up your fucking car, boy.
All right. He should have. This is a Las Vegas gym shooting. It's this is crazy, actually. This gunman was killed after he attempted a mass attack on Friday, and a tragic shooting occurred in a Las Vegas athletic club and North Rainbow
Oh,
Boulevard.
shit.
What
Daniel
the fuck?
Looks like a video game.
Daniel Ortega, a 34-year-old gym member, entered the facility armed with a .223 caliber Olympic Arms PCR AR-15 style semi-automatic rifle after briefly interacting with staff. He walks right past this guy. Look at this guy. This guy's done with his workout, doesn't realize he just almost got killed. Oh, I'm just going to go drink my pre-workout or
You
post-workout.
think this guy had a
man.
specific guy he wanted
Dude.
to kill, or he just randomly
He went
shot
in there and
somebody?
shot somebody, and then they shot him when he came out. They said they think he was planning a mass attack.
This asshole.
Yeah, Ortega's weapon jammed during the attack, potentially preventing further casualties. He attempted to flee the scene, but was confronted and shot in the back, boy. Pow!
Daniel Ortega entered the Las Vegas Athletic Club on the afternoon of May 16th with a rifle. They say he had a brief verbal exchange with the person at the front desk before he started firing on staff members. One person was killed and 3 others were hit.
I'd
but
like to
police
cancel
say
my
the
membership.
shots stopped
Yeah.
because the suspect's weapon malfunctioned. By that time, police had responded to the scene.
I guess that was a clip he threw. I thought that might have been a grenade or something when I saw it the first time. It's probably the clip. Oh, shit. All right. This one's even crazier. This is a bombing at an American reproductive center fertility clinic in Palm Springs, California. It only killed the perpetrator who set up the bomb. The FBI is treating this incident as an act of domestic terrorism.
Yeah.
It was a massive explosion. Huge. Blew out the whole building there. Didn't kill any of the embryos or hurt any of the people that worked there. But it busted up all of the buildings around it because the explosion was so massive.
Damn.
Talk about busting a nut there. It looks like it just really busted.
The attacker is identified as Guy Edwards Bartkus, 25-year-old resident of Palms, California. He espoused extremist ideology, including anti-nationalism and pro-mortalism, which means he kind of opposes life. He says that being born without your consent he's not having it. He wants to kill everybody.
How
So
the
he's
fuck are you supposed to give
What?
consent?
Yep.
Wait a minute.
They discovered writings and a 30-minute audio recording which Bartix expressed his belief that bringing new life into the world without consent was unethical. He attempted to live stream the attack, though the video failed to upload.
Yeah, that's actually...
It was a car bomb.
Most people actually, in the spiritual world, they say that you choose your parents and all this other stuff before you come. So that, my friend, is a lie.
Before you come. What are you saying?
Yeah.
Like,
before you come, ejaculate.
Or just say this motherfucker is crazy.
No.
There's a lot of crazy motherfuckers out here.
They say before your spirit comes back as, whoever you're going to be in reincarnation, you choose your parents. You choose to come back. Some people believe that.
Huh.
Do you believe that?
Sure.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right, we skipped to the escapee because we talked about then. This one is the whole world is a stage for road rage. I think that was Shakespeare that said that. A wild road rage video has been making the rounds on the internet over the last few days. It shows a man hanging out of his car window eating several haymakers as the car slowly starts rolling down an Ohio street. He loses the fight. He loses his sunglasses. He loses his hat.
Well, yeah, he's in the car. You gotta get out of the car, jackass.
What the fuck happened?
I would not fuck with that guy in the red shirt.
What the fuck?
He's a southpaw, too. You see that left hand?
Yeah.
The alleged altercation took place in Ohio with the video captioned, "Welcome to Ohio, punks." The man hanging out of the car window appeared to provoke the situation, leading to a physical altercation.
That looks like Kimbo twice.
Yeah, he's big.
Not Kimbo Slice.
He's trying to fight back, but it wasn't working.
What, he still his french fries? God damn it.
An uppercut.
It's like a hockey fight.
That dude kept driving. He's like,
That's a
fuck it,
big
I gotta go.
mofo.
I'll come back later.
How did
He's
this
done that
fight
before,
even
I think.
Start?
All right.
Road rage.
This AI jet is one more step to the rise of Skynet. The Fury, officially designated YFQ-44A, is a next-generation unscrewed fighter jet developed by Anduril Industries for the U.S. Air Force's Collaborative Combat Aircraft Program. Basically, it flies on its own.
Yeah, I saw it's like a 27, 28-year-old kid that put this whole thing together, and he looks like he's like a hippie of some kind.
Autonomous loyal wingman designed to support manned fighters in various missions, including air-to-air combat and intelligence gathering. Approximately half the size of an F-16, capable of reaching speeds of Mach 1 and altitudes of 50,000 feet. The aircraft can sustain 4.5 Gs at 20,000 feet and achieve a maximum of 9 Gs. Power plant equipped with a Williams FJ.
There's the guy right there that created it. If you're watching the YouTube video,
He looks like a fucking weirdo.
That's the head of our national security now. This guy right here. Look at him. Look at that mullet.
Strategic significance. The Fury represents a shift towards integrating autonomous systems into military operations, aiming to enhance the effectiveness of manned aircraft while reducing the risk of human pilots. So basically, Skynet, baby.
USA.
This motherfucker, Terminator.
He's finna get a huge government contract.
Oh, you already got it.
Oh, and he's probably doing so much cocaine and
that's
having
cocaine.
parties. Oh, he
You think he does
him
cocaine?
and Elon. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
They're doing all kind of shit.
Hell yeah.
They said they wanted a plain pizza, not pizza on the plane. On Saturday, a 36-year-old DoorDash delivery driver inadvertently drove onto a restricted area at Chicago O'Hare International Airport, potentially crossing active runways. The driver reportedly entered the secured zones after making a wrong turn and continued for several miles before being noticed by air traffic control.
He's new. He don't know what to do.
Fucking guy.
That is classic.
The incident prompted
man,
a swift response from airport security.
I'm just trying to deliver this shit.
No tip.
That's
30
great.
minutes or less. Remember when they used to do that?
Yep.
You get a pizza within 30 minutes or less, or it's free.
Yep.
I want to know who the fuck in Chicago's ordering Domino's.
Yeah, I know, right? Why would you do that to yourself?
All right, and finally, it made a sea of people part with a giant hippo fart. A recent incident at a zoo in China has gone viral after a hippo named Zhu Mei unleashed a powerful fart, catching visitors off guard as tourists gathered near the enclosure. Oh, you got to turn up the sound on that.
Oh, I saw this video. It's disgusting.
What's the name of the hippo?
Zhu Mei.
Zhu Mei, bitches.
Did he shart?
Is that a real sound there?
Yeah,
he farted.
that's real. Watch the people holding their noses at the very end. Oh, God.
What do you think his fart smells
Look
like?
at the little kid. Oh, he gets so. You see the little kids in the front?
Yeah.
The little
Back
kids
the fuck
basically
up.
get blown backwards.
Ew. I would be. Oh, golly. God damn.
Actually,
way.
them noises are from Tomkat in the bathroom this morning.
Look at that little kid right there. Bang.
It looks like it had like a little bit of a wind gust. It like blew them
Yeah,
back.
it did.
That is a long. There's a lot of cheekage in that fart.
At the end, the lady's like holding her nose. Look.
You're going to need a shower after that.
Oh, yeah. They loved it. That's the
Ass
news.
juice.
That's,
I'm not sure if it's news, but
That's all she wrote?
it's some videos.
I like
found.
it.
It's some
That's-
shit I
that's it.
found that happened this week.
You can't imagine, like, you just walking around after that. You smell it
Flatulence.
all on your skin. Ugh.
We told you it was the not so good news. I mean, we got hippos farting. We got all kinds
like
of wild
B-side
shit.
news.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're only going to get it right here.
Yeah, B-side news. I like it. Perfect. That's perfect.
Hell yeah, B-side news.
Did you guys know why Domino's had to stop that 30 minutes or less delivery? Did you hear why they had to stop it?
No, why?
Well, because the drivers were getting into accidents.
Yeah, because they were speeding to get it there because they had
To
it
your
was coming
house.
out of their paid.
Constantly.
They
I
better,
mean, shit, we used to wear
fuckers.
Domino's ass out too, me and my brother.
Oh,
We
never.
was
no,
in like
no.
high
Domino's
school.
is cool. if
30
somebody-
minutes or less.
If
Yeah.
somebody else orders it. But if I'm in Chicago, I'm definitely not eating Domino's pizza.
Well, when I'm back
Sorry.
home in St. Louis, I'm
That's-
eating Emo's Pizza. That's square beyond compare. Shout out to St. Louis. I love you. I love you, St. Louis.
Hey,
Can we hear a bit
all
of this
do.
guy? There we go. Yeah, let's get it.
Oh God, what is this?
Who is this guy?
This guy's awesome.
What's going on here?
Hit the vocals, buddy.
Wait, they're vocals?
Oh, yeah.
I've noticed on this instrument he only has like 2 strings, but listen to the sounds he's making.
He's not
It's called
two
a
chains,
get.
he's 2 strings.
It's a get.
Two
Oh.
strings.
2 strings.
He got the braids.
Tony. Here it goes.
Yeah, he got the braids, though.
Oh, here it
Oh,
goes.
here you go.
Is that a scratch?
How is he not sweating?
Does he got a voice box?
He sounds like Popeye the Sailor Man.
Voice of
He
an
sound
angel.
like a that Vuvuzela that thing. That would sound
In
like.
his villages, and he's the voice of a generation.
Which generation? We have no idea.
And he's on top of a mountain right now, right?
Tibet, probably.
Is he on a mountain?
Them boots are sick, boy. Them turned up boots.
Hey, them boots are sick.
I bet you
though.
that jacket looks warm as fuck.
Is he on top of a mountain?
Sure.
Looks like
Yeah,
he is.
Shit
on
looks
top of
mad
it.
mountainous, son.
Yeah, he had to let that voice sing. I'm singing on you bitches.
It's been a hell of a broadcast today.
You can call it that.
Also, make sure you check out our other podcast, Dim Vinyl Boys.
Yep. Them Vinyl Boys, baby.
We just had a spotlight artist of Kiss, if you're a fan of the rock band Kiss. Also coming soon, Al Green. And you Taylor Swift fans, we also reviewed her album. So over 100 episodes over there on Dim Vinyl Boys. You can check out our other show.
Do it.
We'd
the
like
Highwayman
to
is out.
we'd like to thank the boys back in the truck, Jacob and Jordan, for getting
Making
us all
us
the
laugh.
videos. And what is this dumb shit they're playing from
Is
the
that
truck
you,
right
Gentry?
What is that? Is he taking a shit?
What is that? That was Jim Tractor. He got some pussy.
Thanks for watching. I'm Frank No.
You guys are fucked up. Why would you even say that?
That's
We'll
classic,
see you next
man.
week, God's willing.
Peace out,
So
guys.
long, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Do it.
Because I get pinballed between you two morons. You're like, bing, bing,
You're
bing,
wrong.
bing,
Well,
bing.